Well, welcome. I guess we're actually going to bring him right on instead of normally doing because I don't know what I'm doing ever when I'm using EV Mux. That's perfectly fine though. Welcome everybody back to another episode of Let's Set the Tone, episode 24. Normally I do a little intro of things that's been going on. The only thing I'll really say right now is that it's been a great week of making content. It's been really fun. I've been busier than I've been in a while. Wednesday I was on ToyMercs with the man you see here, Deadman and Ronan and Rad, and that was probably some of the most fun I've had in a minute doing content outside of my own or things that I got my hands in. It's just a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, and probably a lot of derailing of conversations because I don't know how to behave myself very often. So, but without further ado, clearly, as you see here, the one, the only Dead Man. Thank you for taking the time to do this. I know you're really busy, but this is a great time to have you here since I was able to, be on ToyMercs Wednesday. So, welcome. Hope you're well.
Yeah. Well, I am. I'm feeling a little rough this morning, to be honest.
Yeah. Want to talk about it? You can talk about it.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
welcome to.
The GFPF guys are doing a fundraiser for I think it's for toys for them for kids to get Christmas presents, hospitalized kids. It's a good cause. So
Yeah,
I was hanging out with them last night, and I was drinking a little bit with the boys.
that happens. That happens. Listen, I can tell you that I definitely didn't sleep great last night. I don't even know how I'm still functioning right now, quite at this rate. But I definitely debated in honor of you having some whiskey. But middle of the day, yeah, I don't know if I'm prepared for all that. So next time or later on when I have some, I'll definitely probably have some tonight while we're hanging out again too. But no, I definitely want to make sure that I get the link to that as well at some point. Maybe we'll pop it up in the Discord because I certainly feel like that's something I want to share with other people as well. Because I love those sort of things. They're doing it for Toys for Tots. Is it like fundraising money?
Yeah, it's definitely fundraising money.
Yeah,
That's what they got going on. But
cool. Very cool.
yeah.
Very cool. I'll have to pull all that up and get that into the right spots. But so I know it's probably not a lot, but I always ask everybody when it comes to their names. So you're Dead Man. That's no other AKAs, right? Nobody calls you anything like Honey Buns or nothing like that.
There was this guy. He was called Thy Underworld. He kind of left the community. Uh, he called me the Doom Commander,
Doom
and
Commander.
yeah, and he was just so adamant about me being the Doom Commander that I actually have. It's on my profile right under Deadman One. It says Deadman One, the Doom Commander.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Gnarly. Like that. Okay, Doom Commander.
Hmm.
But other than that, so like you and I first met at Zilla's wedding many moons ago. It feels like at this point.
We did.
Yep, and that was a good time. Very small and a lot of drinking. I feel like I had to cut back because we had to come home. We had a lot of plans going on that Saturday there, but it was right away like just getting to meet Rad as well. That was the first time, and Zilla had always talked about you guys, talked about the toy community, the people involved in that, and I knew that personally I was really excited to be able to kind of meet some of you guys because I knew that in the near future that was something that I was going to try and like at least kind of be involved in some form of way, small or whatever it looks like. So, but as far as you and Zilla, like, how did you guys connect? Was that just through like Instagram, something like that?
Yeah, we met on Instagram. Yeah, it's actually a really messy story, and I don't really want to get too into it. We
That's
did
fine.
we,
You can just
we
yeah.
met on Instagram.
Yeah.
Things got messy.
Mhm.
Um, he things got messier on his side, and then he decided he was gonna, like reach out to me, and things are cool now.
Mhm.
The things have switched around a lot, but things are cool now,
Yeah.
and they've been cool ever since. Well, before the wedding. I mean, obviously, he
Yeah.
invited me to be part of his wedding, so obviously things
Mhm.
were good then, But
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, things
Okay.
just they were messy there for a minute. That's all. I don't want to get
Yeah.
into it.
That's perfectly fair. And I feel like I can probably count more than the digits on my hands and toes of situations like that, and then just kind of comes full circle and figure it out, and there you go, you move forward. So that's good though. But so as far as I guess the real question to ask you, and does Deadman come from a what's the word I'm looking for? Where does Deadman come from? What does Deadman represent to you? Is it like
Deadman One is my old gamer tag, and my gamer tag came from my son, who said that he thought my nose, and I had long hair, and because of my nose, he said I looked like the Undertaker when he was little, like
no
really
wonder?
little,
Okay,
really little. Like
yeah,
he was like 7 when he was telling me that, and I was trying to pick a gamer tag, and I went with Deadman One because Deadman was taken.
right. Okay, okay, nice. I actually kind of wondered if it did roll back to
It
wrestling as well too. So
absolutely did because my son was a fanatic when he was little.
that's cute. Okay, awesome. So let's talk a little bit about Young Dead Man. Did you enjoy school? Was that something that you
Oh
liked?
God,
Did you have a
no,
favorite subject? No, nothing you were into.
no, no. I hated school. I hated going to school.
Mhm,
My parents were not the type to help me with homework or anything either.
mhm,
Like, I mean, I grew up in a different time than a lot of people. I actually am a Generation X.
mhm.
And you see those weird memes where or not memes, like those short videos where they talk about how we jumped dirt hills on our bicycles, or used a piece of wood and a piece of plywood to make jumps, and did all this crazy dangerous shit. And it's absolutely true.
Mhm.
We
Mhm.
did all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. Like then it was like every news channel at like 10 o'clock when the news would start, there was a voice that would come on before the news would start, and it would say, "It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?" Because they were literally reminding our parents, the generation before us, that they had children.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I mean, dude, we didn't really have a lot of video games. Video games were just starting to be a thing when I was a kid. So like, what
Mhm.
our parents just kicked us out of the house all day. It was like,
Mhm.
go play outside. Dude,
Yeah.
it's raining. I don't care. Go play outside.
Did you live in like a? Because I grew up really rurally, of course, because where I live, it's mostly trees. But like you were more in like a town city kind of setting.
I actually no. Um, I could sort of walk to a town,
Okay.
but that was like still like 2-3 miles away.
Okay.
I did it a
Yeah.
lot,
Right.
but it was also getting home was a bitch because it was uphill going home. Like it was
The
a big
old adage Gen X thing right there. I had to walk uphill all the time, didn't you? Poor
no.
guy.
It was our parents that said that to us. We didn't say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Oh, wasn't it? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
trying to figure out where I fit in the age thing, but I think I'm born in '79. Is that considered X?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, it's like a small window. I feel like every other year it changes, and I'm like, I don't even know fucking what's anymore.
I think
Weird.
it's up to like 83, I think.
Okay, okay, it's a small window. Everything else seems to be like it like has a decade
Or
rule
no,
or
no, no,
something. But
it's 70 to 80 maybe. I don't know. I don't
yeah,
really know.
yeah,
I feel like you're Generation X.
yeah. Thank you. I'll roll with that. That's what I always kind of thought. But
You look like the kind of guy who could pick up a broom and sweep the floor without me shaking my head.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't really like brooms, but that's fine. um, so when you were growing up, did you have like hobbies that you were like really into, or I know some people do, some people don't, and some of us in this kind of community seem to have a lot of the similarities. But
Oh,
what was
I
that like
was
for you?
I was really into comics.
Okay.
And in fact, it's how my father got me to want to read,
Okay, that's
because
good. That's
I
good.
didn't want to read
Right.
at all. Like I didn't care about it.
Yeah.
My dad, he brought me an Avengers comic, and then he brought me an X-Men comic, and I was super big fan of the X-Men.
Okay. What's your favorite X-Men?
Come on.
You had a favorite character?
It's everybody's favorite character.
Is it Gambit?
No, it's
Oh,
Wolverine.
oh, it's Wolverine. See, mine's Gambit. So I feel like that's also cliche these days too.
Gambit is up there. He's the one. I mean, yeah. But I
Okay.
mean, it's literally when you think of Marvel, especially when it comes to action figures, you think Spider-Man and Wolverine, right?
Mm-hmm.
At
That's
least
true.
that's what I think of. They have the most of those two.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. Nice. So so comics, so X-Men and Avengers growing up like that. Did you I guess like explore more like what was outside of that realm? Was there anything outside of Marvel? Did you get to DC at all? Image, anything like that?
Oh yeah, I got huge into Spawn actually.
Yeah.
Um, believe it or not, as much as I trash talk Todd McFarlane now, um,
I totally get it, man. I still pick up Spawn monthly, believe it or not. I still have Spawn coming in my pull list every month. So um yeah, I know. I've met Todd McFarlane twice. It was pretty awesome the first time, but yeah, I don't really dig on the figures so much, but it's kind of funny how that works out. But hey, chat, I do want to take a minute, just quick here, to say hey to the chat. Appreciate everybody coming out here today. Photo Terradrome, what is happening, dude? Good to see you. Abby, appreciate you as well. Good seeing you. Jehovah, hello, hello.
yeah, people.
Blanco, I don't know what you're talking about. Discord notification, buddy. Maybe your hearing's off. You know, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, dude. And Digital Ronin wants to know, dude, it's the middle of the day. Why are you sitting in the dark?
It's just
Because he's motherfucking dead, man. That's why.
that's because I'm motherfucking dead man. I shoot in
That's
the
why.
dark. This is the room I
Yeah.
shoot toys
Yeah.
in.
That's right. Goddamn right. Goddamn right. So
There is light hidden here actually, but I just
just
use this one.
yeah, that's all you need. That's all
Huh,
you need. It's very atmospheric. Um so comics and stuff like that was big. So Image, of course, you know, I remember that whole transition to Image. I was on board for all of it. I swear, like I almost
dude.
stopped so much Marvel and just got all in. I went all in onto Image for a while, like Savage Dragon, was it Blood Strike? Brigade, like all this crazy shit. I don't even know if it's not even probably good.
Wildcats and
Wildcats and God, yeah, Wildcats is so fucking sweet. I think that was the first time I fell in love with a female comic book character because of Zealot. I think that was the first time I officially,
oh, for
everybody
me,
was like Rogue or something, but like, yeah, I think it was her.
no, for me it was Madeline Pryor in Inferno.
Ooh, there you go.
Because she was wearing torn up lingerie
Yeah,
and a cape.
yeah, that's a
Oh.
sock filler. Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
That is for sure. So, so as far as did the toy thing like back then? Were you also like into a lot of the same things as everybody else? I mean, I feel like that era, you know, we all went through like the Motu, the GI Joe, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know, of course, you know, being that big into comics, probably getting into like toy biz and stuff like that. Like, what did that look like for you for toys back then?
Toys back then I did collect, but nothing like today. I would just get random things here every now and then. Like I was super excited about the X-Men toys, even though they sucked.
Yeah.
You know, uh and like my collecting never wasn't really a big thing until I looked at my collection one day and was like, man, I could really use like some scenes here.
hmm
So I started building dioramas, and then I started buying more toys, and then I found Instagram, and yeah, I went crazy from there. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Do you still have a lot of your toys from your childhood, or was there like I know everybody seems to ebb and flow. Like I know there was a few years where I didn't
Um,
have them and got rid of my old kid shit, and then I was like, why did I get rid of this shit? And then started collecting.
I have, I think, two that I had from when I was a kid. I have an old Secret Wars Wolverine,
hmm
you know,
Nice.
those little 5 POA guys,
hmm
and I have, I guess it's more of a young adult. Uh, I have the first Bendy Violator.
Oh shit. Okay.
And that thing actually, I used to keep it in my guitar case. That thing has actually traveled the United States with me multiple times on tour.
That's fucking pretty gnarly. It's a good one to have. Did you ever keep them on the guitar while you're playing?
No,
Okay.
I'd have lost it. Most of those shows were like in basements and like super crowded, and a few of them I had to even like turn around and just lean on the crowd so my guitar would stay in tune because people would hit it.
Right.
It was a
Right.
lot of fun. A lot of
Yeah.
fun.
I bet. I bet. I am gonna ask a little bit about that too, by the way. So be ready. I got a hypothetical question for you. I guess, and maybe it's not too hypothetical. Just kind of random here. So, let's say you're mowing the lawn, right? And
Mhm.
it's bright, it's sunny out, and it's, you got to kind of protect yourself from the sun with some sunscreen. But what is it about a good bucket hat, like something that Gilligan would wear, that makes it good to protect you from the sun and comfortable?
That's a weird question. Um, I don't know, but I do love bucket hats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't wear them so much these days, mostly because my wife hates them. But I mean, I lived in California, and I had like 7 or 8 of them. I had a leather one for when it rained. Uh,
Nice.
like
Okay.
I do love them. I don't know. I don't really think they were protect you from the sun. Really,
Just comfortable, perfect
they're
for.
they're really hot in the
Okay.
summertime.
Yeah. Oh, we got Digital Ronan out here. He's saying we have seen the hat, dude. It's real. Okay. Okay. It does exist. It does exist. Confirmation. So as a young dead man, what were you? Were you a troublemaker? Were you angsty, or were you
Oh,
kind
I
of?
was I was a troublemaker.
I had a feeling.
I
Yeah.
was a troublemaker. I was a drug addict. I've been through it all, man. I've been through all of it.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Is that something that you feel like has also kind of helped shape kind of where you're at now, or who you are, maybe?
I think so. I think so a lot. I think without all that, I wouldn't be the person I am.
Mm-hmm.
I probably wouldn't have this incredible urge to give back.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, for multiple reasons having to do with uh, me being an ex-drug addict. For one, just being a terrible person, and for two, just people always trying to reach out to help me, even though I just thought they were being dicks and trying to jag my buzz.
Right.
Like,
Right. Right.
it comes one day you realize, man, it's like, wow, those people were really trying to help me. That was super nice of them.
Yeah. Did you kind of come full circle with some of them people you say, and kind of like reconnect, say, hey
A,
man, I
a,
know I was here, and
a few of them, a lot of them actually, I never disconnected with. A lot of them were just friends that I made around that time or even before, and some of them are still around. Some of them aren't. Some of them died of drug overdoses.
mm,
You know,
yeah,
believe it or not, people that tried to help me get off drugs died of drug overdoses.
that's tough.
Yeah,
That's
that's not
tough.
good
That's tough.
stuff.
Yeah, no, no, it's not. Was that like during the band, or was that part of that? Was that whole kind
The
of era?
band things, that always came and went.
Mm,
Kind of like the drugs. Sometimes it was part of it. I mean, I've, it's been so close to it at least that every now and then, if I pick up a guitar, I get a little angsty and I
sure.
just put it down. You never know when I'm going to get that feeling. So that's one of the reasons why I'm not in a band now, because I pick up a guitar every now and then and I'm just like, man, I wish I had some dope, you know. So I
Right.
just put that down.
Okay. What so you're in a band. What kind of band was it?
Oh, multiple types of bands. I'm gonna mute
Okay.
my mic here for a second. I gotta blow my
Yeah.
nose.
Yep, you're fine. Multiple types of bands. Okay. Okay. Any
All of them revolved around punk rock in some way, though. All of
okay.
them.
Kind of had that feeling.
Yeah,
Would you Oh, go ahead.
I did mostly played crust, if you know what that is. It's like a almost metal form of punk rock, not quite.
Okay.
Towards the end there, I mean, like the last few bands I was in, there was like I was in a grindcore band, but it was still like real punk rocky.
Very nice.
And I was in favorite band I was ever in was called Blood Rot. It was with a lot of younger kids. They just asked me to come and play bass, and because their bass player decided he was going to go join the army, and then the bass player didn't want to join the army, so I showed up to first practice. Luckily, they came to the studio I already practiced at, so I had a guitar to play because they were like, "Yeah, we just were kind of hoping you could just play guitar instead of bass." And that band was a really like, God, I'm going to say a bunch of things you probably won't understand. It was real stenchy. That was literally a type of music, kind of a subgenre of crust, I guess.
Okay.
it's like it's an even closer marriage of like thrash metal and
Okay.
punk rock,
Okay.
and
All right.
that evolved into like more of a melodic black metal ish.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
All right. All right. So it sounds like you just kind of answered that question for me. So you can play both guitar and bass,
yeah. Most people that can play strings can play guitar
pretty
and
much.
bass.
Okay. Okay. I feel like most of the bass players I know can't play guitar. That's why they end up playing bass. But that's fine.
Well, they're not good at guitar.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. Right.
Yeah,
Did you do any vocals, anything like that, or?
yeah. I did vocals in every band I was in except for that last one that I was talking about, and that's why that one was probably my favorite because I was able to actually concentrate on playing guitar. Because
Nice. Okay.
I started as a bass player, so I'm not the greatest guitar player, but
Right.
I can get by, and I feel like at least I wrote really good music.
Right. Okay. Uh, was your drummer weird like my drummer was weird?
I was in so many bands, and yes, every drummer is weird.
It's fucking weird how that works, man. Two drummers and they were both weird for me too. So yeah, that's
Yeah,
funny.
super weird people.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but whatever. I had the main one that we had came from black metal background, and we were not black metal, so he would just like it was like the only way I could describe it like Animal from the Muppets. Sometimes he would just like all of a sudden like revert to that and be like, "Bro, you got to slow down. Like this is not what we're doing here." And he's like, "Oh fuck, man, I'm sorry." It's like, "All right, Animal, chill out." Over so and I'm sure there's going to be stuff you're going to name here that I may not know or probably won't know or most people because I've gotten the vibe that you definitely listen to a lot of music that not a lot of people either have experienced or something. But what are some of the when you're in these bands or maybe it's just inspirational or whatever it is or bands or people that you feel like you take that kind of inspiration from maybe?
um, you're gonna have to ask that question again. What?
what kind of music, what kind of bands do you take maybe inspiration from as you're making music, even depending on the band you might be in?
Oh, I mean that really all depends. Um, honestly, when I would go on big writing spurts, when I would like write like the majority of the music I've written in my life, most of it came from not listening to music and really just like more of concentrating on a feeling,
Okay.
like honestly, I went through a really bad breakup and I wrote some of the best music of my life during
Right.
that breakup.
How it
And
works.
that's just a common thing. It's
Hmm.
so cliche to say, but it is super common.
Hmm. Hmm.
and and by bad, it wasn't like physical or anything like that. It just hurt, like
Right.
really bad. So
Okay. Right on. Right on. Would you say your love for Danzig is an obsession, or is it at a level that everyone else should be at?
so uh when I first found punk rock, I was about 12 years old and I had watched the movie Sid and Nancy, and so all I knew about was the Sex Pistols, right? And
Hmm.
the first band I had heard, another punk rock band that I heard of, was the Misfits, and I just happened to be so like a buy-sell trade record store, which I mean they don't have those anymore because people don't care about physical media. But
You're right.
I bought a Misfits cassette,
Hmm.
and that's what started it. And uh, I first bought Walk Among Us from the Misfits, and if you know anything about the Misfits back then, none of their records sounded the same.
Hmm. Hmm.
I mean, it was all obviously the same band, maybe, but it was all recorded differently, and like there was even one record that was just like way faster than all of them, and the earlier stuff was almost radio friendly except for the subject matter, and it was so yeah. I got into that, and then Danzig happened, the band, when he went
Hmm.
off on his own after that. And that's when I found Sam Hain, and I just really liked his music. And like at that point in my life, I couldn't find anything that he had put out that I didn't like.
Right.
So,
Right.
so yeah, at this point, how did you know I had a? How did you know I was super into Danzig?
I dig. I dig information when I do these interviews, man. So I find stuff out. I have ways.
Oh,
I have ways.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So, you know, you're quite good with a camera, and I don't know if that's dangerous stroking your ego any, but when did you first pick up a camera and started, just getting accustomed to that? Was that through toy photography or was that prior?
I bought a camera because of toy photography. I
Okay.
shot with my cell phone, like a lot of people. First few photos I took was with a Note 8,
Oh man.
and then I got a Note 9 after that. And I gotta say, I mean, after all the cell phones I've had since then, I'm like at like what is it, like Galaxy S 25 or some shit now.
Yeah, at this point, yeah. Technodrome.
The Note 9 was probably the best camera. I mean, I wouldn't say best, but it was I don't know. It just seemed like it was a easier thing. I don't know. At this point, I try and take a photo with my phone, and it doesn't come out very good. And I don't know if that's just because I've my eyes trained differently because I started using a camera or whatever. And I don't know. I mean, so I bought a camera for the first time right around the time I met you.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I had just had one. I had just gotten one probably like
Okay.
3 4 months before that. So
Damn.
I was like figuring out how to use a camera at the time I met you.
Gotcha. Okay. And you were so how did that come, but what was like the deciding factor where you're like, man, I kind of want to, you know, even get into the photography, even using your phone? Like, where did that start? How did that come about?
Um, I guess it was finding Instagram.
Hmm.
I was gonna I lived in the woods when I found Instagram, and I was taking tons of photos of just like the woods on my phone. And there'd be times where like the I lived in an actual cabin in the woods. It wasn't like I lived in a tent or anything or a van or some shit. I lived
Right.
in a
Okay.
cabin. Uh, it was like times when like the sky would be clear, which is rare because I live in Washington, right?
Hmm.
Um, but I would look up and I would see all these treetops and stars, and it was just gorgeous. And I took multiple photos of that, and
Awesome.
and then I was like, I'm gonna take photos of my collection. I started making these scenes for them and stuff. I'm just gonna start taking a few photos, and yeah, that's how it happened.
Awesome. And so in that area too, like anytime that you were like experimenting or working with, photos and stuff like that, did you happen to catch Sasquatch at all?
Yeah, no, 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 I didn't.
Just checking. Just
I
checking.
actually, I never really shot the action figures outside too much. I did a few of
Yeah.
them, but I was always I'm weird OCD in odd ways. Like for me, it was like I'd put my action figures in nature, and because of the nature of where I lived, it was like I couldn't fake it. It couldn't look right because it was like because I lived in the middle of the woods. I literally had to walk. I would say I think it was 60 yards from my through through a trail through the woods to get to my cabin door from where I parked my car.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, sometimes it got scary, especially like when the neighbors would give us a quick, which weird too. We had like cell service out there, right?
Yeah.
Our neighbors would who were our landlords, they'd send messages every now and they're like, you might want to keep the door shut and duck. There's a bear coming down the hill, So
Nice. Okay. Hey,
yeah,
at least
and
you had heads up. That's
yeah,
good.
it was yeah. Never just opened the door and saw a bear, but did hear about it. Never actually saw a bear either, but it was scary because there's black bears out there, and you don't know how black bear's going to act. It might
Right.
not fuck. It might not mess with you at all. But if you get between it and its baby, you're dead.
Yeah.
It will.
Yeah. It's the
It
cub
won't even
wars.
hesitate. You're just like you're fucking gonzo. Like
Yeah.
you're not even threatening my baby. You're not even looking at my baby, but you're in between me and my baby.
Right. Yep. Yeah. They're something else. We have them around here too now. They've crawled from the Upper Peninsula, northern part of Michigan, all the way down to this area these days. We've been seeing them around here. It's kind of wild. So you're absolutely right on that. So when it comes to your photography, you seem to, I think, at least for me generally, and again, like I know I'm still kind of still new into this whole uh you know toy community and toy photography stuff, but um you definitely, in my opinion, have a very unique eye for certain things that I don't feel like a lot of people catch. And lighting is definitely something I feel like that at least from my perspective, and I could be wrong in this, but you have a really good understanding for. was that something that you feel like that you learned over time, or did you have, did you do research, or did people kind of like say, hey, this is, somebody kind of teach you that way?
I think I have an eye for art mostly because I've always been able to always been able to draw.
Hmm.
um, and when I was a little kid, I thought I was really cool by tracing comic books. And my grandma one day gave me like a really thick piece of paper when I asked her for paper when I wanted to trace comics because my grandma was an artist.
Oh,
So
nice.
she gave me like a piece of white construction paper. She was like, "Here, draw on this." And I was like,
Nice.
"I can't see the comic through it." And she was like, "Just try looking at it and draw on it." And then when I found out I could do that, I was really stoked. But I think my eye for that at least started then.
Okay.
Um, I actually worked my way out around how to use lighting just by taking portraits
Okay.
of action figures, just like one figure, real simple background,
Hmm.
and then moving the light around. And it really, I think that, I mean, I tell this to people all the time. If you want to get better at lighting, work with one figure, just
Right.
one. Just do portraits for a while, figure out how the light works, what works best, and try the weirdest things you could think of, because you never know what's going to work.
Right. Okay. Okay. That's good advice. Stuff I'll even take. I know you've even said, hey, if you want some help and stuff like that, which I appreciate, and definitely something I may do for sure because, I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck I'm doing anyways. But
Well,
but no, but either way,
here's the
she,
best advice I can give you about lighting on an
yeah.
action figure. Um, for one, think about why a light is there.
Hmm.
One thing a lot of people do is they get one of these Ulanzi RGB lights with all the
Hmm.
colors,
Yeah.
and then they just start throwing color lights at
Right.
their figures, and it's like, think about why that light. Why is there a green light in your photo? Like, think about it. Like when I shoot the Death Guard um, customs that I made,
Hmm.
I do like a green light like off in the background, and I like blow smoke at it and try and make this like green haze like they're coming from it because that's how it would happen with them.
Right.
That's why there would be a green light because
Makes sense.
they stink.
Right.
'Cause
Right. Right. Toxic fume.
yeah.
Okay. That's cool. Okay. No, that's a good thought process as well too. I know. I try to always at least have like am I saying, is it God light? Is that what people tend to call it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair
Is
enough.
it there's a key light and then there's a
Yeah.
film
Yeah.
light and stuff like that. I don't know
Yeah.
what the God light means.
That's just kind of like how like it's almost like the sun-ish, or where your light
Oh,
comes from, or like your main light maybe. I don't know. I guess I didn't ask. That's just, I know how it was referenced to me. Like, make sure you have your God light ready, and that's where you're gonna start. I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Okay, I'm
that's a
God
key
now.
light. That's
Key.
key
Okay,
light.
just a key light. Okay. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got a couple of those. So awesome. So what do you feel like? What is it about a good monochrome photo that can make it better than a color photo, in your opinion?
I personally feel like there's um there's more emotion in it, especially if you're trying to go for um like like sad or even in like an intense sort of like
Mm.
tense situation. And that's, I mean, I don't know. I feel like you can convey more emotion with black and white. Black and white can take a photo from looking looking like an average comic book to looking like a Sin City comic book.
Yeah.
And I mean then that's super high contrast black and white too, which I try never to do because yeah. I mean, anyway, we can
Right
talk
on.
about
Yeah.
that later
Yeah. I
if you
was gonna
want.
say that's probably getting granular at that point, but because it now, is that something that um do you prefer that, or is it just, again, comes down to like what you're trying to convey?
It used to be every photo. I used to edit it when I finally started editing photos anyway. Uh, it 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 used to be every photo. I would take it in color, I would edit it in color, and then I would switch it to black and white. And after a few photos like that and a few posts I put up on Instagram, I started looking at those photos and I was like, this doesn't look right. And I realized I had to like edit it in black and white separately because it doesn't.
Hmm.
It's just you just turn something black and white. It doesn't give you that extra feeling that I feel like black and white gives you.
Okay. No, I appreciate that. Um, when you're taking a photograph, do you feel like a good lens is essential to taking good photograph, or is it really just the look and the inspiration that might matter more, or can it depend? I
Um,
guess.
I mean, I have a decent lens. I mean, I don't have like anything super expensive. I don't have like a nifty 50. I've been thinking about getting one of those, but the thing about the 50 millimeter is it's it's most of them don't they're fixed, most of them. Like
Mhm.
you
You
can't
can't
like
zoom.
fine tune it. You have to move the camera,
Gotcha.
and that can be a hassle.
Yeah, sure, sure. Okay. I'm always thinking like, because I'm use what I use here for this is what I use for photos is the Sony ZV-10. So I've been kind of debating if maybe I should get a lens or something like that. So I'm just kind of like, again, it's I'm still in these early stages of learning. So even though I'm here trying to get an interview you too, I'm also secretly also getting information for myself. So it's a duality right now. So so I appreciate it. Uh, what is Deadman's favorite whiskey?
Ooh, that is not a nice question. There's so many that are so good. I would say my go-to when it comes, like, if I really want to treat myself, I go to Buffalo Trace.
Okay.
But if I want to spend money, that's a different story, because there's different levels to
Yeah.
whiskey and all that.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
When did or how does that fit in, or when did the love for whiskey kind of start? It's always been kind of a thing.
yeah, basically,
Yeah.
when I first tried whiskey, I was like, "Oh, this is fucking great," like it's just
Right.
how it went. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Right on. I'm a sweet whiskey or a sweet liquor person, so we probably don't like a lot of the same whiskeys. I'll try anything once though. That's and if twice if it's a good time. So, but
I
yeah.
don't care much for sweet whiskey drinks. As a matter of fact, if I go to a bar
Mhm.
every now and then, I'll order like an old fashioned, and I'll tell them put half the sugar in it. Put half the
Okay,
sugar
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I'm
because
the
a
opposite.
lot of people they'll put like a shot of whiskey and a shot of simple syrup in it, and to me that's disgusting. Like
Yeah,
you
I
cut
get it.
that in half. I think my favorite old fashioned that I ever had just was literally a glass full of whiskey with a splash of bitters and
Hmm.
a good, like, not a maraschino cherry but a Luxardo cherry. Have you ever had one of those?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Luxardo cherries are the shit. Had
Yes,
one
they
of
are.
those in it, and it had, instead of just a piece of orange or whatever,
Hmm.
they actually caramelized sugar on the orange. It was
Oh
like
fuck,
it was
that's
like a
cool.
whole orange round,
Yeah.
like a coin, and it was all caramelized sugar, and they just let that float in there and let the
Yeah.
sugar melt off of that into it, and that was the best I've ever had.
That sounds good. That's my favorite cocktails, old fashions, and when you have them so many different places and you've had so many different types, like there definitely great because sometimes like I expect them at this point in some places to be just like sweet, and then I'll have one for the first time there and it'll be not, and it catches me off guard. I'm like, holy shit, this actually has flavor in it that's not a bunch of fucking sugar. So, um, but yeah, I'm a big fan as well too. So,
Ronan
um,
is correct. I have a very special relationship with Evan Williams.
I had a feeling that that's what he's talking about too.
Actually, last night I was on the GFPF show, and we were talking um, about how, like, halfway through Mercs Live, the host just turns into Evan Williams. It's no longer me. It's like,
Right, right. That's funny. That's funny. It just evolves right into him.
yeah.
That's awesome. So we met at Zilla's wedding, like we kind of talked about earlier. But you managed to do something that doesn't happen too often. You got him to get turned a little bit, if I remember correctly hearing, because I of
Oh,
course
jeez,
went home and you got
jeez.
him. He got him pretty lit, right?
Well, so here's what happened. I was like, "Hey, man, we need a drink after the wedding, so we got to get to some place where we could buy some liquor."
Right.
And I was just gonna buy a bottle of whiskey for everybody that was there. We were just gonna drink some whiskey, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But he decided he needed to buy some Hennessy. So all of a sudden, Zilla just got married. We've all been drinking all day,
Mhm.
because of the wedding, but it was like, Bush Light or whatever. So none of us are feeling anything. We've been on our feet, moving around, everything, eating food and stuff, whatnot. But all of a sudden, everybody was in bed except for me and him, and we finished both of those bottles.
Holy shit.
Yeah, one of the worst hangovers I ever had in my life. I believe Zilla swore off liquor since then. Like, he does not drink anymore, like, at all.
He did. He actually, believe it or not, was drinking last Friday night after 2 Friday nights ago after World Mix Consortium, and I think that may have been about the first time since his wedding. So yeah,
I
yeah.
feel really bad for ruining their first day married. Like, yeah, I really, that's my fault. I could have went to bed at any time, but I didn't. I just stayed up and we kept drinking, and we actually yeah, both of us blacked out. I don't even remember what
Yeah,
our conversation was about,
yeah.
but
Nothing too crazy happened after that. You guys just blacked out.
I think so.
Okay, all right, right on, right on. Awesome. Yeah, no, he I'll never forget the when he first responded to after that, and how, like, just knowing how he texts and how he conveys himself, how he respond. I'm like, damn, you must have really got fucking lit, because you are not your normal self. So, and he's like, yeah, Deadman got me really drunk. So he's probably pinning it on you anyways. But there you go. There you go. So I do want to talk, of course, kind of divert again, and talk some here about ToyMercs. Which,
Before we get into that, do you mind if I
yeah,
go grab another cup of coffee?
absolutely, go right ahead. I can keep this chat rolling. Do what you got to do.
All right, I'll
Um,
be right.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. He's got a long day, so he needs to keep himself going. Uh, Digital Ronin, that's where I started when I first started getting into alcohol like that. Like liquor, I was a rum guy, and just like every probably Gen Xer in the late '90s, I was a spiced rum Captain Mo kind of guy. A lot of rum, diabolically amounts, I'll say. Even so, um, Abby says Blanton's expensive but gorgeous. You're going to tell me what you're responding. I'm guessing maybe liquor. No, probably not. For some reason, I was thinking Plantoons or something. I don't drink as much as I used to, but love Bookers. Okay, there you go. There you go. And oh, this motherfucker coming in here like this. Prime, you son of a bitch. My favorite drink is not hot dog water. That is your favorite drink. You motherfucker. What's up, dude?
I thought your favorite drink was ham water.
It is ham. Right out of the fucking pan.
Oh, oh yeah,
You
there's a
little
reel
scam.
coming,
Yep.
or a short. They call it a short. I'm not gonna put that on Instagram. Too many people see it on Instagram.
Oh, I don't give a shit if it's clowning on myself, or if it is. I mean, if you don't want to, that's one thing. It doesn't bother me at all. Summertime tiki drinks are your jam. Ah, see, I know. I'm definitely a little bit of a basic bitch too. So trust me. I don't care if all the cocktails, all
I
the
think what I
cocktails. I'm into it.
I think what I told Ronan was
Make sure that makes
it's okay to drink like a girl.
yeah. It
You know,
is.
they taste good. There's a lot of alcohol. You get drunk quick.
Fuck
It's okay.
yeah. Fuck
It's
yeah.
okay.
I tie up my Uggs tighter than anybody too. Let me tell you. No worries, Ronan. No worries. I fucking yeah. I again, it comes around to that sweet liquor. I think that's why. I mean, I did have to give up SoCo though, because
Oh yeah, me too.
God. So I went on that. That was like my mid 2000s main drink, and Prime can attest to this. I would drink. That's all I would drink. And one of our friends got married, and when you're in the wedding, you get the big mug and blah blah blah. Hey, here's your big mug for thanks for being in the wedding. I was drinking SoCo all night out of this thing like I normally would. And then like about, gosh, I don't know. I was still working at GameStop, and it was probably 2017, somewhere in that area, maybe 2018. And I thought after I was done with the Black Friday weekend, I would treat myself to a fifth of SoCo. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna drink this whole fucking fifth. It's been a while. I'm gonna drink this fifth. Awful idea, and I've barely had it since, because I would think I was hungover for 2 days. So yeah,
Well,
I don't
that's the
fucks with it
sugar.
anymore. Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
that's
alcohol turns into sugar in your system.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So if you're drinking sugary alcohol and then it turns into sugar, it robs your body of hydration, and that's how you get a hangover. basically.
Yep, and that's where like that's why I'm always drinking a little bit of water when I'm drinking, no matter what. But I don't know. I don't know. I can't handle the hangovers like it. Yeah, I used to. Yeah. Prime
I have a
notes. I
little,
used to get mad
I
for that shit.
have a tiny little hangover right now, and I normally don't get hungover, but I am getting old now. I'm next month, dude. Next month, I'm gonna be 51.
Fucking what? I'd have never fucking guessed that. Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, dude! I'd have never fucking guessed that. Honestly, I thought you were
I'm,
at
I
best
just,
or low 40s. I just
yeah,
turned 46 Monday. This last
yeah,
Monday, I just turned 46.
yeah.
So
I was born in '75.
fucking A, that's wild, man.
Yeah.
Damn. So the whiskey really does keep you young, everybody. See, look,
I think
look.
what happens, what the reason why I look so young, honestly, is as I'm getting older, I'm getting more and more out of shape. So instead of wrinkles, it just fills in with fat.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I started getting old when I was 12 then. So, all right, let's see. What did they say? Yeah, man. I can't handle any more Prime, and my mom gave me the best advice. She's like, before you go to bed, take 3 or 4 aspirin, drink a glass of water, you'll be better. And it's helped my hangover issues a lot. So that woman knows how to pack them. Yeah, Prime, you definitely look 50, you old piece of shit. So it's fine. Do something about it. That's one of my longtime good pals there. So he's
I'm
still a piece of
guessing,
shit.
yeah.
He's just a piece of shit either way. So, yeah. So as far as Toy Mercs here, so what? How did Toy Mercs start? Was that all you? Was there like how did that kind of?
ToyMercs. So the way ToyMercs started was there was there was a lot of like toy gangs, I guess you'd call it,
Yeah.
around the time, and it seemed like everybody was like gatekeeping in some sort of way.
Hmm.
Um, and I didn't like what I saw,
Okay.
and I used to get drunk with a lot of people on lives back then. Believe it or not, I used to drink on Instagram lives, like
Shock face.
I still fucking do. But um,
Right. Cheers to that
and
water.
one night in particular, I said, fuck it, I'm gonna start my own toy page, my own like feature page, and the next day the people that were on the live and watching the live, they held me to it. They were like, "So where's your feature page, dude? What are you gonna do?" So like,
Yeah.
it took me a couple of days to come up with the name, and at first, my boy Toy God helped me run it for a good long time, and it took off like crazy. We were in the beginning. I think we averaged it was like 300 followers a week, but then it just died off, and that now it's going almost as fast, almost as
Yeah.
crazy.
That's
Like
awesome.
we're on our way to 10K right now.
That's crazy. That's awesome to see that too. And I know you just recently, of course, celebrated the 8K on
Yeah,
YouTube, and
I just decided I had to skip 9K.
right. But thanks for the light, by the way. I do appreciate being able to win a couple things that night, and I do know that my diorama is going to be here in the next few days as well too. That I won, so
Oh,
that was
nice,
pretty
nice.
cool.
He was real timid about giving that away, and I was like, "What?" And like he makes good dioramas, but
Yeah, fuck.
he's like, "This is my first one, so it's not as good." And I was like, "Dude, that's even cooler." Like I gave my first diorama that I ever made it was just a little diorama base, and it wasn't it was rocky terrain, whatever,
Yeah,
to a good friend of mine, and he still uses it in photos here and there because he loves it. And
yeah.
he was like this is an awesome gift, dude. This is your first one, like that's crazy. And I was like,
Right.
okay, I didn't think it was that crazy,
Yeah.
but
Hey man, like sometimes and I feel like, and maybe he is creative, maybe he isn't, but sometimes just that sort of thing, I feel like if it just fits the right itch there or whatever, that is just gonna work. And honestly, like he's sending, I think it's a grocery one, and the first thing I see in my head, and I think I said it that night, I was like, oh, that kind of looks like the front of the clerk's the clerk's stop there, the quick stop, because I got a Silent Bob figure over here. I'm like, that fucker's gonna get in a
oh,
photo
now you got to get a
somehow.
J, don't you?
Well, I do have a J. However, his arm broke, so I got to fix it. So I do have a J over there. He's hidden somewhere else right now. So,
Ah,
um, But yeah, I do. I love my Jay and Silent Bobs. So, but yeah, no, I was excited.
You
It
should
was
do a
really cool.
picture with tons of blood with Silent Bob beating Jay, who's like in like fetal position on the ground.
That is a
You
fucking
just
great idea.
just spray it with blood.
Yeah, that's a
Maybe
good
not the
idea.
maybe not the diorama thing because you might not be able to get it off there. But if,
Right.
but if,
It's over
if you
there.
use, I mean, most of the fake blood that you can get from like Halloween time,
Hmm.
when it comes to plastic figures, will wash right off
We'll
your
rush right
figures.
off. Okay.
Also, in issue 3 of Legion's magazine, there's two different recipes for blood, and he said it might stain your figures, so use at your own risk. But he told me he tried them both out afterwards. Like he tried them both out, and they're totally good. Like
Gnarly,
they do not stain your figures.
gnarly. Which you can get at Big Bad Toy Store, by the way. Which you could.
That's where I was going next, but I really needed a sip of coffee. Yeah,
Yeah, I
you
got
can
you.
you
I
can
got
buy
you.
Legion's magazine at Big Bad Toy Store. They have issues 1 through 3 available, I believe. Um, Ronan would be a better person to ask about the magazine. He knows he's the one that sends it off to print and all that stuff.
Gotcha. How did he get involved in Toy Mercs with you?
It was during I think it was he's in the chat. So was it the 5 or the 6K giveaway, Ronan? You can answer that while I continue. He gave me an art book to give away, which I used to have a copy of right here, and it's gone because oh yeah, that's right, because a squirrel fell through the fucking roof in here, and I had to fix that. Um, that's a whole travesty that happened.
And that's funny. I'm feeding 4 of them in my backyard currently as we speak. So
Yeah, he says I blackmailed him.
I, very talented, by the way, Ronan. Just in case
Well, yeah,
some of those drove
he
too.
sent me an art book that he made to give away, and he didn't think anybody would want it, but people were stoked, and I believe because I showed it off during the giveaway, I believe other people like bought pieces of that from him. You know, they bought it
Hmm.
their own copy,
Very
and
nice.
it he's okay. He gave it away, but he sent me one, and I was showing it off
Nice.
because it was super good art. He's super talented. He's one of the
Yeah,
most
very.
talented people I've met in my life, and I'm a musician.
Abby won
So
the art book.
yeah, that's right. I was super stoked about Abby winning it because I knew
Fucking
she'd appreciate
gnarly.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She can draw too. That's cool.
but yeah, so yeah, then after a little bit, he just approached me and said, "Hey, we want to do a magazine."
That's fucking cool. That's fucking cool. So I guess maybe the more important question is, gingers, yay or nay on having souls?
No.
Okay.
I know because
I call them daywalkers, just so you know.
I know this mostly because my brother is a ginger and so is my son.
Okay. Okay. That's great. Yeah. All right. So what would you feel like if you had to pack it up? And I know this is probably, and maybe it is easy, I don't know, but what do you feel like is Toy Merc's mission?
Um, wow, ToyMercs' mission is kind of like No Man Left Behind, like for the community, by the community. You know, and anybody who wants to get involved with ToyMercs can at whatever level they want. You know, I mean, it's gonna take some trust building to like gain access to helping an admin on the page or whatever. But I mean, I remember Toy God when he went dark from the community, and I was doing ToyMercs on my own for like 2 years,
Hmm.
and it took me 2 years of hanging out with someone specifically to ask them to help.
Right.
And that was Warforged JP, who just unfortunately just told me that he's gonna have to like take take a leave of absence. He was really disappointed, and I told him he's always got a seat at the ToyMercs table, just like with Toy God. Always,
Hmm.
the seat's always there, but he's going through some stuff. He didn't want to talk about it, but so I
Gotcha.
don't know what it is. But he said he'll be around here and there, but not often. So
Okay. Right on. I know that for me, like, I definitely there's a few communities that kind of hang out. I'm always somebody who kind of likes to walks amongst tribes and stuff like that. I'm a people person or whatever, but now that my Wednesday nights are, it's kind of a mix, like, because I do sometimes do content on Wednesday nights, but I now also still have more time on Wednesday nights than I did previously to be able to stop in and watch a show and enjoy it. And which I really quite do. And I'm always the guy in chat being a complete jackass, which is 90% of my life. But or
no,
being
you have
on live,
you in the
yeah,
chat is fun. I
yeah,
love that you're in the chat most of the
yeah.
night.
Yeah, it's great, and I really enjoy the content because I actually you guys typically will showcase shit I missed throughout the day, didn't see was announced and stuff like that too, and that's why I'm excited for tonight too, because I think you guys are gonna run some hard game on a couple of us with your knowledge, but yeah, no, I definitely enjoy what you guys do. I think it's great. I think Ronan's a good balance for you as well. So you guys just do a good job. Not that I'm trying to glaze anybody, I guess as the kids say these days, but or
What does
six,
that mean?
seven,
What does
whatever
that
it
even
is.
mean?
I don't even fucking know for sure. I like cinnamon rolls. That's all I got on it. So, but so I so as far as you know the Legions magazine, what he brought that to you, but like what's the because I know, and I'm just being honest, in this kind of world where everything's digital, it's rare that somebody actually wants to go that route, which is pretty fucking neat, honestly. Because it's still there's still value. I mean, I buy comics, right? So there's still value in something like that. I don't even
Yeah,
know if Wizard magazine even exists. It probably does digitally, but that was one of my favorite things to get back in the day.
yeah.
So what was the thought process of actually saying, hey, we're gonna do this, and what did that kind of look like, and how hard I guess was that to do?
Well, um, for me, it wasn't that hard to be honest. I was just in charge of a few things. Ronan, yeah, he,
He's the full driver. He's the
yeah,
yeah.
he's the designated driver.
Okay.
He's the reason I'm allowed to get hammered on Mercs Live. Actually, I try not to get too drunk on Mercs Live, but every now and then I just slip up, and I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just going for it. Why not?
Yeah.
I have to work tomorrow. Who cares? Um,
Right.
but it's all about having fun. Yeah, he does most of the work. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. Okay. So that was kind of his rep. So I do, and by the way, Ronan, I definitely want to get you on here too, because I want to pick your brain as well at some point too. So hopefully sometime after the first year, if you got some time, I'd love to do this with you. But again, I like I said, I definitely feel like you guys got an awesome thing going right now with the show with the two of you. So, or excuse me, I know Rad's on it now too. I should be careful. I don't want to get Rad Cheeks mad at me, but he definitely added more of a just I don't know, some sort of like comedy
Yeah,
dynamic. I think.
he's like Balky. You
Yeah,
know,
Balky.
he's like the
Perfect
weird foreigner.
Strangers.
He's
Did you
like the
just give
weird
me a
foreigner.
Perfect Strangers reference?
Yeah,
It's fucking funny.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's like
it's
he
like
always says something weird that nobody understands. It's usually about becoming a man and how he got his canoe when he turned 17. And
right. Yeah, he had to fight off three moose and got kicked in the head by a goat. So
while running from the Mounties.
right, barefoot and
Yeah,
yeah, whatever. Cool. So
whatever. Yeah, whatever. Um,
so I know like you're doing your thing and you do what you do well, and I think you have definitely a look and a trademark that hey, you look at something and say that's we know that's Deadman, right? But is there somebody out there, or is there some people that might still inspire you, or is it
oh, constantly.
yeah,
I mean, I mean, there's always somebody better, and it always just makes me want to be better. And you get in weird lulls where you don't know how to do that. So that's where I'm at right now. Honestly, I feel like I need to progress, and I need to figure out how to do that.
right,
I feel like this art form goes in waves. Like you learn a thing and you do a bunch of it, and then you go to something else, and
right,
like,
move on,
and I'm really stuck in the style that I use right now, and I feel like that's also kind of, if you look back on my page, it's pretty constant. There's like you said, there's a look to what I do, and it wasn't always that way. If you go back far enough, you can see. I fell into the whole contrast trap that everyone falls into. They're like, "Oh, this makes the colors pop when I turn it up all the way. It looks great." It
Ronan says
doesn't.
don't do that,
Yeah, it doesn't look great.
right,
Actually, Ronan didn't tell me to not do that.
no,
I figured it out on my own.
okay,
I was like, if I turn the contrast down, I can see everything. If I turn it
right,
up, it's it's like it's black and white, but it's not. It's color. All the colors become real vibrant and whatnot, but you lose a lot of detail, and the colors are unrealistic when you do
right,
that as well. And I like it when I do shoot in color. I do like more of a muted color style anyway. So Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
Man. I preach against people using contrast all the time, so I don't want to bore
Right.
you with it.
No, that's cool. No, I think it's great information either way. So, um, awesome. Well, other than that, I think that one of the things that, and that I really appreciate that you guys do, and I know I've said it before as well, but you guys take the time on your show every week to go and find people with less than 1,000 views or followers, excuse me, on Instagram, and you
Yeah,
highlight them on the show. Tell everybody to go follow them, and I mean, you dig and find these people or whoever it is. I just think that when you talk about a community of people, like that is literally the roadmap to how that is done good and right. I think that that's awesome that you guys do that. I know that even there's a couple people I think I've followed recently that I've even corresponded a little bit with, just saying, "Hey, man, this looks cool. This looks awesome," and they're thankful and whatever. Matter of fact, the this week you found that dinosaur page.
oh
That
yeah, yeah.
fucking dude is, I think he even showed off a video, I want to say today or yesterday, of like him working on some of those dios that he builds even as well too, or putting some stuff together. It's a pretty awesome page. But no, I think that if you're gonna talk the talk, you got to walk the walk, and that's what I definitely appreciate about Mercs doing that, is that you guys really do that. You get out, you show people out there, or show off people out there that don't have a huge following, that are doing something cool, unique, or whatever that is. So
Or sometimes it's just
kudos to that.
somebody's just trying,
Yeah,
like
yeah, and that's
because
awesome.
I mean that's what ToyMercs is. It's helping out. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are, and if you're into this hobby, you are ToyMercs in my mind, legitimately. Even even people that quote unquote are enemies, because I don't really feel like I have enemies, but there are people that feel like I have enemies, um, and they're the same as me. They're in this, trying to get better at this, trying to do this. In my eyes, that makes them ToyMercs.
Mhm.
You know, if
Yeah.
if it wasn't for the fact that that I started ToyMercs, I mean, people. I feel like people are just as much ToyMercs as I am. I just happen to own the word.
Yeah, right.
That's it. Um, that's the only difference between me and anybody else. Like I said, if people want to get involved with ToyMercs, hit me up. All you
Yeah.
got to do. Or, I mean, if you don't want to talk to me, that's fine. Just collab with the page. That's all you got to do.
Right. 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 There you go. There you go. So,
And I urge anybody out there who likes ToyMercs or wants to be involved with ToyMercs, put it in your bio on Instagram. Just put ToyMercs up there. Fuck it.
yeah, there you go. Heard it here. You heard it from the man himself, everybody. Perfect. Perfect. But yeah, no, like I said, I do. I think that's great. That's definitely something that that's a highlight for me. And I think I even said it this week. I love when you guys do that. So it's pretty awesome. But
Yeah, I like it too.
yeah, man, it's great. So, but well, I'm going to kind of bring it home here. I'm going to run you through the normal gauntlet of questions I throw at everybody here. So I'll start with this one. If you can, I suppose, name somebody that maybe either whether fictional character, celebrities, inspirational figure, whoever that might be, that maybe you looked up to either growing up then or even still now. Who would that be?
Oh, Danzig.
Okay, I had a feeling. I just had a feeling. I had a feeling.
The guy's he's super talented. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's comedy because he's so serious. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
funny. And I would never want to meet the guy, but
I
the
actually
guy's
really enjoy his interviews a lot, too. To be honest with you, so so
he's such a dick. But I
yeah, yeah,
mean,
yeah. It's great.
that guy quit tour in the middle of it once because he wanted to go home be with his cats.
Hmm.
Legitimate story, real
Yeah,
story.
yeah, yeah.
Anyway, yeah,
It's
he's a
awesome.
weird guy, but he's super talented. And like, if you listen back to especially like older Misfit stuff, like it's just so good and full of
Hmm.
feeling, and it's about horror movies.
Yeah,
Like
it's cool.
it's crazy. It's just super good.
Yeah, it's awesome. Let's see here. So I know you kind of touched base a little bit on it earlier. You said you didn't like reading. That's how you kind of got into comics. So that got you reading. But is there a favorite book maybe that you've read that you really enjoy? That's like your top book you've ever
Oh man,
read?
I've read so many books. That's a tough one. I haven't read any in a long time, but so there's a book by I can't even remember the guy who wrote it. Might have been Robert McCammon. He wrote a book called Baal, Baal.
Hmm.
It is a brutal book, It's about the second coming of Satan, basically. Not, I got into that book, and I found it was just laying around my mom's house, which was crazy because my dad read books, but he read westerns. My mom wasn't a reader, and neither were either one of my brothers. So I don't know where this book came from, but it showed up in my life, and
Gnarly.
it's a great book. And then there's also Eaters of the Dead. And that's actually there's a movie they made
Yeah,
called
yeah,
The
yeah,
Sleeping Warrior. It's
yeah.
funny story. I was in a grindcore band called Vendel, spelled with a W.
Oh shit. Okay. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, when you were doing that show, I was like, man, if only he knew me a little bit better, I bet I'd be on that show.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I'm having some bums on that. Yeah, that'd have been great to have you
And
on
my,
there to
and my
kind of
grandma,
dive
my
into that
grandmother gave me
stuff.
that book when I was younger because my grandmother, she's Norwegian, and she was like, "You got to read this. This
Damn.
this will
Okay.
teach you. This will teach you."
Nice. Nice. Yeah. Um, I've never read the book. But the folks of us that were on that panel, like we all love the movie, and it was a really good discussion that we dove into. And I don't know if, at least I don't know if anybody's actually read the book. I think actually I take that back. I think Jay had read the book or something like that. But after that and kind of during, there were other people that had read that reached out and said, "Yo, that book is like fucking awesome." So that's definitely something kind of on my list. Like I'm like I probably got to pick that up and actually read it because I remember growing up and watching that movie and being like, "Man, this movie like fucking it was missing so much exposition and stuff." But I still enjoy the movie. But man, I can only imagine how good that fucking book is now at this
Oh
point.
yeah,
So
yeah, it's a great book. I would definitely say read it.
definitely okay. Okay. I will definitely do that. Keeping all that you've learned so far in life, would you rather live forever or rewind time once and do whatever with that?
I wouldn't want to do either of those. I mean, well, that depends. If my wife wanted to live forever, I'd say let's fucking do it, baby.
Okay.
Let's do it. Or if
Okay.
because I mean, knowing everything that I know now and all the experiences that I have now, if I rewound time, I was
Hmm.
able to retain that. All I would do was miss her.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
know.
That's fair. That's very nice. Yeah. That's
But if
probably
I had to
one of those
relive
better
a decade
answers.
over again, it'd be my 30s.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. What was your favorite toy growing up? And you may have said this, but
Growing up,
yeah,
my favorites were GI Joes.
G.I. Joe's. Okay.
Yeah, and my parents for some reason bought me more He Man than GI Joes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know why because I was liked the Joes way better, and
Really?
I think yeah.
What
I
was your
don't,
favorite G.I. Joe?
oh, my favorite GI Joe is Flint.
Lynn? Okay.
Yeah, my favorite character from the Cobra side is either Cobra Commander or Destro, not Destro, Zartan.
Oh,
Destro
Zartan's a good one too. Yeah, I'm a
Destro
big
is
Destro guy.
definitely a close third. Zartan was just it's just fucking cool. Like,
He's
and
very fucking
you
cool.
read his file card, he's literally insane.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I have four of that series. I think four figures from that series, right? And I have both Destros that first came out. I'm a big Serpentor guy, so I have the glider and everything. I love that. Fucking love that character. But I was also a Sergeant Slaughter guy on the Joe side, just because wrestling growing up and it's fucking Slaughter. I don't know. Can't help
Yeah.
it. Can't help it. I don't know.
They made Sergeant Slaughter look good though. He didn't Sergeant Slaughter never looked like that.
I know. You're
The only
right.
thing
You're
he got
right.
right was the chin, and actually
Yeah.
they underplayed the chin.
They did underplay the chin. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't he also do like some of the PSAs too, like either the end of the
I don't
cartoons once in a while, or
remember
some of
any
the
PSAs with
commercials?
him, but
Something.
there's like a meme version of the PSAs out there. But I forget who makes it on YouTube. But if you go on YouTube and just search GI Joe PSAs, you'll find them where they just make fun of the PSAs, and they're great.
Okay.
Yes, my wife knows that I love her to death, and she loves me as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Ronan. So trying to create discord in my chat. Uh, fucking gingers. Anyways. So
So piece of shit.
right, Daywalker. So last day on Earth, there is, a cataclysmic event, probably an asteroid. As I always say, Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck didn't get rid of the asteroid. It's going to crash. Armageddon's coming. If you can choose up to 5 meal items and 2 drinks for your last meal, what does that look like?
5 meal items?
5 meal items. You could do full meals if you want. I don't. That's fine. But if you
Dude,
want 5
no, it
meal
would be
items,
it would just be one meal,
okay.
and it would be 2 drinks though. I would need more than 2. Jesus Christ.
That's funny. You're the first person to bring that up. That just 2 drinks, just
It
2. I can only have 2 whiskeys. 2
wouldn't
type.
be 2 whiskeys. See, it would be because I would want 3 different beers, or
Oh,
two beers and a whiskey is what I'd want. But
oh, now it's 1 beer
uh,
and a whiskey.
it would be hot wings, blue cheese dressing,
Mm-hmm.
um,
You're a man.
and hot wings made with Crystal hot sauce
Okay.
and butter. This is basically just how you make buffalo sauces, just a good hot sauce with butter. But yeah, blue cheese dressing. I would say maybe just because I already have the hot wings and the blue cheese dressing, so of course some like celery sticks maybe and cauliflower.
Okay.
I don't know, mac and cheese, but like nothing that you think of like it'd be a homemade mac and cheese that I
Yeah.
make.
There you go. Oh,
Um,
you make a good mac and cheese, huh? Oh yeah.
I make 'em. I used to be a chef, dude.
Oh, I guess I didn't know that. Damn.
Yeah, yeah, dude. I was a chef for like 16 years of my life, and when I say 16 years as a chef, I mean as a chef, not as a cook. I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
I was I was cooking in restaurants for over 20 years.
Wow. Okay. Goddamn.
Yeah, I'm the whole like carpentry thing is really new to me still. Like I've only been doing it a few years. Um, anyway, so yeah. So and then as far as drinks, it'd be see, this is so tough. So part of me wants like a Mexican Pepsi because that's like I love that, right?
Okay.
But I can't take that. I guess I'm gonna have to go with Pabst Blue Ribbon and it's hard to pick a last whiskey. It's hard to pick a last whiskey. Um,
I can see the fucking asteroid. You better hurry. Fucking come on, Ben Affleck. What'd you do?
um, I don't know. I'd have to go with.
Aerosmith's picking up the guitars. They're starting to play in front of the shuttle right now.
Let's just say bourbon. Fuck it. It's too hard.
Okay.
It's too hard to pick the last one.
Okay.
It would be a rye though. It would be a rye.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Perfect. That's a good ending there. So awesome. And there you go. Now we're all dead. So perfect because you're dead man. So we're all dead. We're all dead. We're all dead man
We're
inside.
we're all dead, Dave.
Yeah.
They're all
Yeah.
dead, Dave.
Sorry. They're all
If you
dead.
guys haven't seen Red Dwarf, go watch that shit. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a little dated now because it's like from like the 80s, but God,
Was it 80s? Was it early 90s? 80s? I'm trying to remember.
I think it went into the 90s.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure it was 80s into the 90s.
Well, hey, I first of all, I appreciate you doing this. I know it's kind of last minute on it, as well, but it kind of worked up, like I said, anyways, because I was fortunate to be on, Mercs for this week. But I've been wanting to get you on here, anyways. We've been kind of talking about it. We're hoping maybe we do it live, but if you ever make it out this way, we can definitely do another one. We'll make it more topical instead of me throwing a shit ton of questions on you. But I do appreciate you being here. Like I said, I appreciate what you do for the toy community. Highlighting the little guys you got in ToyMercs is just that's something that just I love that so much. I think that's something that just it makes it shows that you really do care about community, and I certainly appreciate that too. So, but it's been a pleasure here to be able to do this with you, chat with you. Like I said, I dug a little bit of dirt. I got a few things out of some people, so I appreciate you being able to run through the gauntlet. That, but before, of course, both of us have some things that are going on in our lives, but when it comes to content, but I want to pause here to make sure you can promo yourself. Mercs, whatever you want, where people can follow you, find you, all that stuff. So floor is yours.
Um, Follow ToyMercs on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. That's Deadman1 WON. It's winning in past tense, so quit saying Juan. So many people say Deadman Juan, and I'm just like,
That's funny.
wow,
Really?
it's a real word, guys. Like, come on. Anyway, even when I write it, I capitalize it so you could like separate it. But anyway, anyhow, we can move on from that. Subscribe to the YouTube. Right now we're gonna be going into a really weird process of switching from EVMux to StreamYard because I just find there's a lot of issues with EVMux. It's really good. Ronan is really good at it, and all that. But I've used StreamYard before. It's a little easier, and
It
yeah,
is. It is. Yeah, I would agree with that.
and it is more expensive though. And yeah, so go get over there and subscribe to that, so I don't have to pay for that anymore. I would love to be able to get some sort of revenue somehow to pay for the EV Mux, like channel members or something like that, and we're not even close to that.
No.
Um, buy the magazine. There's issues 1 through 3 are available on Big Bad Toy Store or www.legionsmagazine.com. And if you're wondering where the Legions came from, it's not Mythic Legions, it's ToyMercs are Legion.
ToyMercs are
Um,
Legion.
yeah.
Awesome. I will have all that stuff linked to everybody too in the description as well. Post this sometime later today. I don't know when because who knows what my day is going to turn into, but
Shut
they'll
up,
definitely be here too. So
famine.
for sure.
Shut up, famine.
Yeah, Deadman Juan. That's funny. Awesome. Well, as far as banter babble stuff and myself, like I said, with the holiday the way it is, not going to be a lot coming up in the future here for me. We do have a dungeon banter. Me and the 7 Dungeons, that crew will be doing that. I believe it's the 17th that Wednesday. I believe we're going to be talking about our favorite Christmas gift we ever received as kids. So I'm looking forward to be able to do that. That's for sure, of course. And then you got to check out ToyMercs on Wednesdays. World Makers Consortium will be on Fridays. You'll see me there from time to time too. But other than that, like I said, not a lot for me. Dude might be doing some game streams here on the channel. Watch out for those too. And of course, check me out on Instagram. I'm trying to get more and more content out there. I'm doing Monday updates from week to week, just kind of saying, hey, what's been going on, what I'm doing, and just giving everybody a little dose of tone, as I call it. So, but tonight, 9 p.m. If you happen to catching this live or catching this right away after the show, tonight 9 p.m. over at Rad Toys Galaxy's channel, you're gonna find Deadman once again with myself, Ronan, Redeemer, and Rad. Of course, he's kind of going to be there, I guess. But we're going to talk about the pricier toy lines, and yes, he's going to unbox something that he's got from Mezco, right? Am I reading
Yep.
that right? Yes. So,
Yep.
so it's going to be a great discussion. Probably get a little crazy, hopefully, and I'm assuming Rad and I are going to get schooled a little bit, but I'm looking forward to that. So make sure to tune in for that. Check all this content. Make sure to get over there and hang out with ToyMercs. Get involved with everything that they're doing because you are all ToyMercs. You heard that here. So
All of you.
appreciate you again, Deadman, for doing this. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will definitely talk to you soon. And everybody else, I will also see
And
you
also, real quick
very
before you
soon.
go,
Yes, please, please.
I want to say right now, there's a there's a fundraiser going on for kids and they're hospitalized over at the GFPF. That's Go Figure Photo Feature
Go figure photo
YouTube
feature.
right now. And if you want to see some more Deadman, that's where I'm headed right after this. I'm gonna go
Go
grab some more
figure.
coffee, sit right back here, and join their live. I'm hovering over the link to join it right now.
Yeah, and I'm going to see if I can pull it up real quick. They're live right now. I'm going to jump in there and I'm going to put it in the chat before I exit here. So I want to make sure I get that. Where
And
is
those of you who want to follow this link over there, but have something they got to do right away, just don't close the window you're watching it in, because that chat will stay there until you close the window.
perfect?
So if you,
It
if you have to go do something for like half an
link there
hour,
too.
there you
Perfect.
go.
Yeah, I'm going to jump over there too. And awesome. Well, again, I appreciate you. Have a good stream with these guys, and we will see you at the very least later too. Dead man, everybody,
Oh yeah.
have a good rest of your Saturday as well. See you real soon.
All right.
Take care, y'all.
Thanks.
When I can figure it out. There we go.